So hopefully you can see this okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm logged into my Onefinity machine. I'm going to go to MDI mode. I've already done this once earlier. This is the G code that writes to the P1, which is G54, which is the offset you set on your machine even when you use your touch probe. So I'm going to send that command, and what that just did was it just told my machine to use 400X, 400Y, and -20Z for home. And now I'll load this rapid traverse X0Y0Z0, and the other camera should be recording this. Let's see. First. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright. So let's home the machine. So I'm homing the machine right now. Okay. And it sees the offset now. That's 400, 400, and -20. And here, you can see it in there, but the other camera will. You will see it on the video. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to load this trial G code that is in the tutorial, and I have it on my memory stick here. Pick up pocket on center subs test. Okay. Did you see how fast the G code loaded? And if you look here where we can see the preview, then you can see that according to the CNC software or the web-based utility, this is going to carve correctly. We shall see. And we go down here and we look at our G code, and the only things I changed, and I will show this in a few moments on the video, I have cleaned up some of the remarks. I put the comments at the end of some of the lines, and we don't need them all. We just need enough to remind us if we go into if we have to go in and manage this, do any maintenance to it. And if you look, if you've watched the other two videos, this program is 213 lines long, and the initial program was almost 750 lines long. But now we've loaded this program, and I'm going to let you guys. I'm going to have this screen up on my cell phone recording, and here we go. There is the G00 message, the first one that I showed you, and this is a reminder that it uses a 1/4" end mill. This program does, and touch off on the blank on the center mark. And now you see why I added this. And then now it moved over, and you'll see it on the other video. It has moved over, and we are now going to continue. We're not going to cut anything with this. This is a dry run. And now the CNC is in there running. And what I would like for you to take note on this camera are these positions. That absolute position, when I started I was at -20 on the Z. So we have just decremented, we have successfully ramped the -3.8 millimeters that would have been into the body. And the reason I'm going to call it a body is because this particular path is a program to carve a humbucker pickup cavity. So I have my cell phone recording this simultaneously, zoomed in on the screen on my laptop so that you guys can see the trowel with me. I already know it's going to work, but I want to show you that there are no issues with the G-code. And as I said in the other video, in the office next to me in my building, we have already ramped down. Now we've ramped down again to 27.6 millimeters. And I did make some edits that I did change the main pocket. The main pocket was 6 passes. I already knew I could do it in 5, and just by increasing each path or each pass to 3.8 millimeters. I think it's 3.88 millimeters. But anyway, and then I eliminated 1 pass. Keeping in mind, on the new G-code, it only eliminated 4 or 5 lines of code. On the old G-code, it probably eliminated, what, maybe 60 lines of code, 70 lines of code. And that's the reason why I wanted to introduce this to you guys that don't already know about this. It's a handy option for anything that you're going to cut often, especially if you may do some type of like matrix version carve, where maybe you have a piece of wood on this table, or maybe some plastic or whatever, and now whatever you're carving, you're going to carve that pattern, and you're going to index your mill, and then you're going to carve that exact same pattern maybe 5, 10, or 15 times. So this is where this truly benefits. It benefits even carving one, but the more of these you're going to carve, the more beneficial it is. So what I want you to notice is the absolute positioning for the Z-axis. You'll notice that the absolute positioning on the Z-axis, we're going over. We just went down to the 19 millimeters and then dropped it down to 3.188 millimeters. That was the ramp on the right side for the screw pocket. We're actually almost finished executing this. And you can see the feed rates also. So now we're complete. And if you look, we have the Z is at 8 millimeters and X is at 0 and Y is at 0. And that is because they're still referencing G54. They're still referencing G54. G54 again is the exact same offset that you said when you touch off the part and you hit these, you press these buttons, these soft keys. If you press this one, you're setting the X position. I think it's 5221. I usually have to keep the table handy because I just don't do that much anymore. Well, actually, I'm about to be, but I took a long break from this because I haven't, until I got this CNC machine, I haven't spent much time doing anything with G-code for about 6 years. So anyway, there you go, guys. So now you saw it function, and you see we have no issues. I wanted to point one more thing out, and again, I apologize at the length of the video, okay, for the first tutorials, but if you want to learn this, an hour is not very long. If you could see me sit and do what I did, that took a 40 some odd minute video and a 50, almost 60 minute video to perform, I literally can do the entire job in around 20 to 30 minutes if I'm not showing someone. And anyway, that's not very much time to put into creating an efficient G-code program, or I say creating. I'm still using the CAM software. I'm using VCarve to do all of the past detailed data for each path, and then I'm editing what they spit out, and I'm doing all of my own indexing and calling those as subroutines. It's an incredibly efficient method for G-code programming or G-code mitigation on any CNC machine.